What's up, mighty boys and girls, it's your Ranger Boy here, and finally, welcome to the video a lot of you have been eagerly waiting for. The top 10 cutest girls in the Pokemon anime, according to my subscribers. So before I will start with the actual top 10, I will provide you guys with some background information in regards of this list. Disclaimer, this poll does not mean anything. This video does not represent neither the whole Pokemon community, nor a personal agenda against the girls who didn't make it onto the list. This is just for fun, and something I wanted to do together with my community. Anyway, you can skip to this timestamp right here if you want to get into the meat of this video, but I wouldn't recommend it because you will miss out on some really interesting statistics in regards of this list, including the total amount of votes and place number 20 till 11 as honorable mentions. And do you really want to miss that? Okay, for the guys who still stuck by, welcome to the behind the scenes. First of all, the total amount of votes as of the 20th of December is 43,595 votes within 23 days. The screenshot says 45 days, but I didn't promote this poll until the 27th of November, and I stopped promoting it about a week after I published my video. Because everybody who participated in this poll had a maximum of 20 votes per person. That means that at least 2,180 people have participated in my poll. Absolutely fucking crazy. Thank you guys so much for being such an active and awesome community. Later in the description down below, you can check out more details like charts and a geographical breakdown because I really don't want to waste more time. And with that finally out of the way, let's dive right into the honorable mentions, aka place number 20 till 11. And no, Professor Burnett is not in the top 10, so very sorry, Mikey. At place number 20, we have Miette. Didn't really expect her to be here, so that was somewhat of a surprise for me. At place number 19, Astrid. To think that a side character actually made it to the top 20 is really astounding. But then again, it's my channel and a lot of you guys are big fans of XY, and Astrid left a good impression on not only on myself, but also on you guys as well, I guess. At number 18, Lyra. Another surprise, since she was also just a temporary character, but I guess her smugness and straightforward character in the anime conquered many hearts. At number 17, Aria. Again, not a surprise at all. Number 16, Iris. I was so happy that Iris at least got a place in the top 20, because many people assumed that Iris won't get any votes at all. But this just shows that there indeed are people out there who like Iris and think that she's cute. Number 15, Bianca. Many people in my comments asked me about whether or not it's Black and White Bianca or Bianca from the Latias movie, and to clear it up, it's Bianca from Black and White. Maybe that's why she got so many votes, but I'm really happy that she's in here. She was one of my favorite characters in Black and White, and I loved her adorable and clumsy interactions with the Black and White crew, and especially with Ash. Number 14, Shauna. Not really shocking, pretty much represents my community perfectly, so I expected her to be here. Number 13, Diantha. Why? The interesting thing about Diantha is that she wasn't in the top 20 for a long time, but over time she was somehow able to push Annabelle aside, who originally was in the top 20. In my opinion, not really that much of a memorable character, but still really cute. Number 12, here comes the big shocker. Misty. Oh my god. I mean, this for me is very shocking because I thought that her fanbase still would be strong, even among my fanbase, especially since she also returned during Sun and Moon, which in my opinion improved my impression of her big times. And I assumed you guys felt the same, but I guess you didn't. And even if you could say, yes, it's my community, so you could have expected that, you know, I thought at least she would be very close to number 10, or at least number 10. To be honest guys, I'm really speechless right now, and for all the Misty fans out there, I'm really sorry. If this would have been my individual top 10, I would have totally included her. I feel so bad right now, and number 11 won't help my shock either, because it's Skylar. Let's mention the elephant in the room. We all know why Skylar is here. She's very attractive, and I can't deny that because I personally find Skylar very attractive as well, and especially her anime version, which has more of a darker skin tone. But personally, I find anime Skylar cute as well because I really liked how they showcased her in the show. Very cocky, very confident in her skills, to the point of just pure arrogance. I don't want to explain why, just watch the episodes with Skylar and you know why arrogance was the big theme in Skylar's character. Would I put her at number 11? No, but definitely in the lower half of the top 20. So that was the honorable mentions, very XY heavy with a few surprises. And now, top 10 cutest girls in Pokemon according to the results of my subscriber poll. Just like my last top 10, I define cute not only in regards of appearance, but also when it comes to both character and development, and based on that I will structure my arguments to every girl on this list. Number 10, we have Lucamine with 1,191 votes. At place number 10, we have the president of the Aether Foundation and Lily's mom. Her being this high in the list, even way above Misty and Skylar, might be shocking to some of you, but at the same time, I can totally understand it. She looks fantastic. Her somewhat unique hairstyle with her green eyes and well-coordinated sense of fashion, combined with her rather bright skin color, gorgeous. But her introduction in the anime was even better, because her game counterpart was this evil and cold-hearted person who only cared about her own desire, and therefore you expected her to be just like that. But she actually turned out the exact opposite. Lovable, dorky, so much fun to watch, and even had somewhat of a childish naivety, which you don't really expect from a full-grown adult. Even when she was possessed by the Ultra Beast, she still had this childlike behavior. Then of course you had the other side of Lucamine, her obsession for Ultra Beast, but also a reliable president who cares about protecting Pokemon and also protecting her children, even though both Lily and Gladion rejected her for not caring much about them at the beginning. But throughout the arc she shows that she indeed loves the children. And because she has such a variety of character traits, I can totally understand why Lucamine is in the top 10. Both her looks and her characterization makes Lucamine so cute and conquered a lot of hearts in record time. Number 9, we have Bonnie with 1,337 votes. Come on guys, do I really have to point out why I love Bonnie so much? She is cute. Her braids, in combination with her clothes, which is based on a shiny Dedenne, makes her appearance very childish and innocent, just like her Pokemon Dedenne itself. But her strongest assets is her personality. She gained a lot of popularity among the community because despite her very young age, she's such a well-written character. Even though I don't have anything against Max, and in my opinion I think he's decent, Bonnie is just a better version of Max. She had a dedicated story, had both emotional and important moments which were vital to the main story, and her interactions with the group were absolutely hilarious. I loved her overall smugness every time she either teased Serena or pitied Ash for his oblivious attitude, and I also loved how often she just doesn't give a shit. And in my opinion, Bonnie is one of the main reasons why my XY cracks were so successful, because her smugness and attitude could be adapted perfectly to nearly every meme. But even besides that, turning from a seemingly pure comedic relief to one of the best written characters, Bonnie, you definitely earn this spot. At number 8, we have Lana with 1,353 votes. Well, it's time for another one of the Sun and Moon characters to take the top 10 spot. This time, it's our Pokelolly Lana. For the people who don't know, I call Lana the Pokelolly because back then I started a meme out of her just for fun, and it turned out to be one of the most beloved memes within my community. And I guess this meme is one of the major reasons of why Lana is on this list. But I do believe that even without the meme, she would have been able to enter this video, because firstly, from an appearance point of view, she's very cute, and I really love how much detail they put into Lana's design. And personally, for me, she stands out from the other girls thanks to her very unique eyes. Reminds me a lot of Silence. Secondly, her Japanese voice, oh my god, every time I hear that voice, it feels like 10 tons of sugar being thrown at my face. But what makes her incredibly cute is the way they have written her. At first she seemed to be so mediocre and just downright invisible, but after some time she really grew a lot, not in her size but in her character, to the point where she was somewhat relatable. For example, when she tried to take on the totem Pokemon by herself and without Ash's help. That shows that she has a sense of independence and self-confidence in not only her Pokemon but also her own abilities. And when she trained her Z move, she showed a lot of determination. Also, some of her interactions were really cute, especially with Ash, which reminded me a lot of a certain somebody. But to summarize, Lana's cute both in looks and development, and that's why our meme girl has the number 8 spot. At number 7, we have Karina with 1,499 votes. And oh my god, yes! Karina made the top 10 and I couldn't be happier. She is so freaking adorable with and without her helmet. But what makes Karina so memorable for me is that, in my opinion, she is what Iris should have been and what Marlo should be. All three have similar things in common. For example, their very long hair. All three girls are straightforward, energetic, and at least Marlo and Karina are oozing out positivity. But unlike Iris, Karina contributed something refreshing to the anime without being annoying by being this very lively member of the group. Sadly for just a very short time. And unlike Marlo, she never lost focus on what she wants, aka mastering Mega Evolution, trying to meet her grandpa's expectations as a gym leader, and aiming to be a worthy opponent for Ash. And because she never lost focus on her desire, she is better written in just a few episodes than Marlo in a span of 50 plus episodes. But I hope that not only Marlo, but also future girls like Marlo can be inspired by this roller skating maniac, energetic, straightforward, and even a little bit like Ash. This and many more character traits make Karina super cute, and she deserves to be on this list. At number 6, we have a classic. Enter Cynthia with 1,709 votes. It would be a crime against the Pokemon anime itself if Cynthia would not be in the top 10. And I'm so glad that after all these years, Cynthia still is this popular among the fans, no matter which generation. I don't have to mention that Cynthia is cute and attractive. I mean, come on guys, if I would make a top 10 sexiest woman in Pokemon, Cynthia would totally be on that list, at least top 5. But this is not the top 10 sexiest list, thank god, because it would be really awkward with Bonnie and Lana and all the others. Anyway, putting that aside, let's talk about what exactly makes Cynthia so cute in the anime. I can't really consider development since she doesn't have that much screen time, but her character totally makes up for it. Because of her being the champ, she oozes out not only a lot of confidence in herself and her skills, but she also has somewhat of a mysterious vibe to her, thanks to her appearance. More in Diamond and Pearl than in Black and White though. But what I really love about Cynthia, especially in the anime, is that every time she appears, she mostly contributes something important to the main characters. For example, how does she try to educate both Paul and Iris with dominance, elegance, and more importantly, her wisdom. She always tries to help out the main character with their issues, which is something I really missed in regards of other champs like Deanta or Steven. That and many other things make Cynthia the best champ, no matter if games or anime, and without a doubt a well-deserved spot on this list. Personally, I would have ranked Cynthia higher, but at the end of the day, this is your list and not mine, and I'm just here to express my opinion on this list. Now it's time to enter the top 5, and because this is the top 5, I have to go a little bit more in depth when it comes to my arguments, so I hope that you guys will stick with me. At number 5, we have Marlo with 2,304 votes, way more than Cynthia, and I will be honest here, I have somewhat of an issue with Marlo being top 5, because for me, she hasn't done anything significant within 50 plus episodes to deserve this spot. Maybe in the future my opinion will change, but for now she definitely should not be top 5. But does she even deserve to be top 10? Absolutely, and I will explain why. She looks so goddamn adorable. My subscribers know that I might have a little bit of a bias for Marlo, but come on, just look at her. Dark skin with green hair and green eyes. That's a pretty good combo. At the beginning I didn't really like that Sun and Moon sometimes over-sexualized her, but thank god that finally stopped. But besides that issue, I can't deny that Marlo looks good, because just like Lana, they put so much cute details into her design. But what in my opinion also led to this high placement was her first impression. She has a really decent goal, aka trying to be the best cook on Alola, trying to have the best menu, or just in general trying to be the best, which is a very understandable goal. But what really made her outstanding at the beginning was her character. Just like Karina and Iris, full of energy and enthusiasm. But what really made a difference for Marlo compared to both Iris and Karina was that she had the ability to be a great leader of the group. In the first episode, she basically organized everything for the Sun and Moon gang, from the Ash Alola surprise until the shopping tour. She organized and led the group with positivity and straightforwardness. Unfortunately, that leadership, characterization, and her aspiring goal, she lost focus to all of that. Since then, barely did anything similar like that, and basically has been sidelined thanks to both Lana and Lily, and that's why she doesn't necessarily deserve top 5, but thanks to everything else I mentioned before, she definitely deserves top 10. At number 4, we have May with 2,330 votes. And as you guys might have realized, it was a close race between Marlo and May when it comes to the number 4 spot. To be more precise, Marlo was number 4 for a long time, but over the weeks, May was able to overtake her. And I'm actually very glad about that, because May deserves the spot. She has a cute hairstyle which suits very well with her blue eyes. In regards of her outfit, when I was younger and even now, her outfit screamed out adventure for me, and that's definitely one of May's biggest traits, her love for adventure. From the very beginning to the very end, she loved to travel, to have adventures, and to discover new places. That's the only reason she wanted to become Pokemon trainer to begin with. Not because of the Pokemon, but because she just wanted to travel around the world. In fact, she actually hated Pokemon, but that's also a special aspect about May, that she began her journey with hating Pokemon and ended up loving them and building a bond with them. This growth and potential of May, in my opinion, makes her so relatable and therefore so cute, maybe even the cutest when it comes to progression alone. Even though she is the daughter of the gym leader, she barely had any experience with Pokemon battles and therefore had zero confidence, but slowly and surely she was able to overcome this self-doubt by her willingness to learn from her rivals, a little bit from Brock, and especially from Ash, even to the point where she adapted some of Ash's battle style to her own. Personally, that's an issue I had with May, because she adapted so much from Ash's style that she never really found her own style, and therefore her way to independency was kinda slow. But besides that mini issue, May still is an awesome character, and no matter if my subscribers or myself, in our humble opinion, there's no top 5 cutest girls without May. At number 3, we have The last of the Alolan girls, Lily, with 2,925 votes. Oh my god, what happened here? To my surprise, and I do believe to the surprise of a lot of Lily fans, she's not number 2. Again, this is not my top 10, so put your pitchforks down. Anyway, after we all have recovered from this shock, what is there to say about Lily? When we are talking about her outfit, it is indeed unique, because not only that for the most part, it has a white and bright color pattern, but she stands out even more because the rest of her environment is very colorful and lively. But even I have to admit that just like her mom, I really like the blonde hair green eyes combo. It's very lovely, but unlike her mom, it's not that well coordinated with her clothes. Luckily, her second outfit suits so much better with her overall looks. But what is there to say about her character and her development, which defines her cuteness? What I really love about Lily is that she somewhat is the brain of the group. She not only likes to research and study, but she also likes to solve numerous situations with her knowledge, which we never have seen in the anime before, because before Lily, the knowledge part usually was part of the male companion of Ash. There is this one big issue I had with her character, which was her Pokemon phobia. Just like Marlo and her goal, Lily's goal to overcome the phobia started very promising. But unlike Marlo, who really lost her focus, the writers focused too much on Lily's goal. For the next 4 episodes, Lily's progression in regard of that goal was the same. If you want to know more, check out my video I did in the past. And because her approach to the phobia was always the same, she ended up very stale. But what made her great again was her own dedicated arc. And as a result of that, Lily's development had more variety and depth to it, which ended up improving my impressions on Lily a lot. Thanks to this arc, we were able to see more from Lily besides that scared of Pokemon BS. Instead, we saw a Lily who for the majority of the time stood out thanks to determination, being able to analyze situations, bravery, and a sense of maturity, which has been showcased when she confronted her mom in a more direct and mature way. I totally understand why a lot of people love Lily, even though Sun and Moon a lot of times concentrates too much on Lily while leaving the others behind, which in the end makes her less cute to me. It's definitely not her fault, but in hindsight, maybe she really doesn't deserve number 2. But she definitely is cute in regards of design and character, and a number 3 spot for sure. The runner-up of this list is Dawn, with 2,935 votes. 9 votes! Only 9 fucking votes separated both Dawn and Lily from each other. But do you know what the really interesting thing about this is? Unlike May, who throughout the weeks was able to overcome Marlo, Lily was never ever able to overcome Dawn once. Lily was always this close from hitting number 2, but always so far. But honestly, I'm not surprised that Dawn still is this popular. Her looks and outfit, of course, very lovely. Yes, I know, her skirt is way too short, but it doesn't matter because I like Dawn from an overall design standpoint and not because of a miniskirt. No, seriously. And you can look at me as much as you want. Just like Lana and Marlo, Dawn also has the same hair color as her eyes. But unlike the 2 Alolan girls, the Queen of Sinnoh doesn't really stand out in that regard. But what she really stands out for is her character, and definitely her overall story. From the very beginning, she knows what she wants, which means that Dawn really has the strongest focus on her goal. That of course is heavily influenced by the fact that her mom was a former top coordinator, and therefore she wants to follow her mom's footsteps to make her proud. But because of her mom, she not only has the most focus and most confidence, but also the most pressure even during the beginning of her journey. And sometimes she was able to handle that pressure, sometimes she wasn't. And that happened a lot, which led to most viewers questioning whether or not she will finally be able to overcome this problem. And I'm happy to say that she did. And thanks to that slow erasure of self-doubt and overconfidence, Dawn developed into a lovely and cute character who was able to depend less, not entirely, on her mom's career, but instead of that, she concentrated more on her own career. And with that swift of focus, she became even more creative than before. And creativity is definitely one of Dawn's strongest points. She became more confident, but not too confident. She was willing to learn more from her environment, while at the same time discovering her own contest style. And what is mostly important is that she was able to handle failures in a more mature way. And this amazing progression, falling down over and over again and then to stand up, that makes Dawn absolutely cute, and the run-up spot is more than deserved. And with that guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video, and see you guys in the comment section. Okay, just joking guys. We have to talk about number 1. There were some people in my comment section who wanted me to not talk about her because it's just too obvious, but seriously, come on guys. There's no way Ranger Boy can talk about the cutest girls without her. Also, you want to know how many votes she received, right? So, number 1, the obvious number 1 is Serena with, drumrolls, 5,960 votes. Oh my god. This right here shows that Serena, at least in my community, still is really relevant and still is really popular. But why? Is it the shipping? It definitely played a major role, I can't deny that. And I mean, her interactions with Ash certainly were cute. But there's definitely more than just the shipping. I always loved Serena's appearance no matter if first or second design, even though I definitely prefer the second one. And just like in my old ass and very embarrassing top 10, I stated that I just really love her eyes. And one reason why I loved her second design is because I adore how much the short hair underlines those eyes. But what made me fall in love with Serena the most is neither the shipping nor the looks, it's her character. Serena's character growth is insane. Yes, even I have to admit, when it comes to the beginning of her story, she might have been very slow, very superficial and not much depth, which in the end led to a lot of people jumping on the Serena doesn't have any development at all hate train, and also a lot of people jumped on the she only started to grow after her redesign bandwagon, which is not true at all. If you actually invest time, effort and analysis into Serena, then you will realize that she's more than just a cute outside. In episode 7 she stated that she wasn't sure of what she actually wants as a goal, which means that unlike Dawn she was unsure about her future, which made her really relatable, because aiming for a lifetime goal is nothing you can do spontaneously and without any care. Then in the PokeVision episode, the interesting thing about Serena is that she never did something like that before. She never was in front of the camera and had zero experience when it comes to PokeVision. This not only shows that she likes to experiment, but also she has a lot of charisma, because she ended up pulling this off so good that she gained a massive following in a short amount of time. That's like gaining 100,000 subscribers on YouTube within a few months. And if you guys remember, also thanks to PokeVision, Aria was able to gain a huge amount of popularity very early on. And that's why she was able to become the Carlos Queen. Speaking of the hardcore fans she gained like Tierno, Trevor or Shauna, thanks to the summer camp she recognized that she actually has talent for Pokemon performances. That's a thing I kinda like and kinda dislike, because on the one hand I was happy that Ash helped her out with deciding on her goal, which was super cute, but on the other hand I wish that she would have discovered that more on her own and showed more independence. But speaking of acting more independent, she showed a huge amount of independency towards her mom, which we never have seen before in the Pokemon anime. A downright rebellious attitude towards a parent who wanted to force her career onto her daughter, which once again makes Serena relatable. And then of course we had the infamous episode 60 and her redesign, and during all that she also caught a Pokemon, and she also had cute moments with Ash and even helped him out in 2 gym battles. And after episode 60 she grew even more in confidence, creativity, on a physical and especially on a mental state. She could have easily do all the predictable things like training with Palermo or travel to Alola with Ash, but I still want her in Alola, goddammit! I might be a guy with a good amount of knowledge when it comes to the Pokemon anime, who also accepts and likes to discuss other opinions, but I'm also still an emotional, goddammit! But instead, just like back then against her mom, she decided to be independent and to do it on her own. I could easily go way more in depth in regards to Serena, but then this already long video will never end. But indeed, even though obvious, #1 of my community, and for me and many other people out there, totally understandable. And with that guys, I really hope you enjoyed this long ass video. I will take a long nap right now because this video took an eternity to make. And later on, I see you guys in the comment section down below. Bye guys!